Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to another Caranthir Tower Reborn live stream. Today I am going to probably be doing all of the so I'm just trying to press a button there. Going to do all of the crafting system and try to get things polished off. The thing I've been working on is the library. The last live stream, if you haven't seen it and you really want to have 3 hours of scripting, you can go ahead and watch that. That's when I did the MCM system, although it's not finished, it's pretty much the foundations are there. So that's a lot of 3 hours of confusion, if you want to go and check that out. And sticking with tradition, my voice is completely screwed for no good reason other than I've started live streaming, so obviously I'll get all croaky for some bloody reason. Right. I could go and load the game up and take a look at the library, but it'd be bloody empty. So I'll show it you in the creation kit, because everything's going to be disabled and it's going to be very tricky going in game and looking at anything right now. Although actually I do need to go in and test if the new tanning rack system's going to work, because I've changed a couple of things, the way things are going to work. Yeah, so I'm going to use the carpenter workbench and also the tanning rack. I was thinking of how to do banners and rugs, and I thought, well, you're not going to make them on a carpenter's workbench, you know, you're not going to hammer rugs together. And I figured the closest thing next to that is obviously the tanning rack. People have put loads of things on the tanning rack recipes for, like, a good example is Frostfall's backpacks and stuff, and I thought, well, if you're going to make a backpack on a tanning rack, why the hell can't you put some rugs together? So I'm going to use my own. I'll see what the best way of doing this is. I want the tanning rack in the forge to be a functional tanning rack for everything as usual, but I also want to add my own stuff on, and I can't remember if you can add the recipes of 2 sets of stuff to the one piece of furniture. I think you can, so I think I might actually hop in game straight away and we'll see if that's going to work. Take a look. Eventually loaded. Dark Fox, I hopped into a house mod in the creation kit in order to remove the mannequins completely, but when I got into the kit and loaded up the mod and removed the mannequins, there were still some red box markers in its place. What are those boxes and markers? No experience with the kit whatsoever. Well, the markers and stuff are what allow you to activate the mannequins. They link with it, and that's how they store stuff. They've got scripts attached to them. So the mannequins, I think they have a. They've usually got something that they're sat on, which is irrelevant. It's usually a table buried into the ground. Then you've got the actual mannequin itself. And then you've got, I think it's an X marker and a trigger box. So what you've got to do is just delete anything around the mannequin, like the trigger boxes and such. Hitting M will show markers, so if you've deleted the mannequins and didn't actually see the trigger boxes in the kit, it's probably because the markers are hidden. You should try working with Fallout's Gek. I've heard that's terrible. But I've never used the Gek. I've only ever used the CK. CT, where are we going? I think I want to go to the forge. I want to test this stuff out. See if it's going to work okay. And I think that might need tweaking. Yeah. No worries. Okay then. I've really got to update this cheat thing. There we go. Waiting for you to show up, Sim. How long do you think you'll stream for today? As I can't stay right now, unfortunately. This could be anything between 2 to 4 hours or a week. So I have no idea. I'll probably be streaming for a few hours. I haven't done any creation kit work for like Well, I haven't really properly worked on the tower for like over a week because I've been stuck on Batman. So I am planning to just sit down and get a lot of this done. So I should be streaming for a while. So look, let's check what stuff on here is working. Shelves, I've moved stuff into the shelves section, so that's cool. Mage quarters, weapon plaques, wardrobe, small cases, mannequins. Speaking of mannequins, then we've got, that won't work yet because it's broken. Hold on, oh no, wait, that's fine. I was also messing around with a... Is that working? Yeah, it's working. I was also messing around with getting a bloody mesh for the banners to show in the craft menu, which I've kind of figured out. Hey, Wheeze. Oh god, the bloody mouse doesn't work. Of course it won't. Banners, that's still stuck there, never mind. Rugs are working finally. I've had to do a new little mesh for them so they stick where they're supposed to. Well, they've appeared on there, leather strips have appeared, so I'm going to say yes. I can use two different recipe lists on the tanning rack, but what I want to test is make sure that obviously they aren't on the normal tanning rack, so we'll go and piss off Alvor. Use his tanning rack and that fucking saber cat. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that because it's annoying me every damn time. Oh no.
Got something. What? There's a new
Go away.
Looks like that's it.
Go away or I'll delete you.
It flew right over the barrel.
Thank you.
Ain't every day we get
Let's have a look. Make sure it's not on here.
Everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to
I love your mod, Mershkull Mistake. Joint mod with Eleonora, thank you very much. It's
The Dawn Guard is looking
just a shame I can't update it.
against the growing vampire
Having
menace.
trouble.
What do you say?
What is
All
with
right, then.
these people? Oh god. I am going to get rid of you one way or the other. There we go. So that's fine. And then I need to take a look at the library as it is at the minute and see what else I've got to disable and sort out. Okay, so that stuff over there, that needs linking. Oh, really? You know why that works? Because there's a hidden thing that nobody knows about. That's cool. That's a good job I put them directly under the portals, otherwise that'd look funky. So yeah, I've been doing some terrible cluttering again. I'm putting the black books in. I've got the Elder Scrolls in there, which need setting up because they're just visible at the moment. And then I had to retexture myself, which is a terrible bloody retexture. But I had to retexture the sort of book piles from the Dragonborn DLC. Because the piles were perfect to just make this place look a bit more full, but the textures are horrible, like somebody's took a dump on all the books, so I had to swap them out, obviously. That's all disabled, that's fine. Shouldn't be able to activate any of these bookshelves because I put loads more bookshelves in now. I don't even know how many books you can store in here now. But just imagine each one of these shelves, the 3 shelves there, 3 shelves there, 6, that's another 6, another 6, another 6. Each one of those shelves holds 18 books, so do the math. Basically, you can put a lot of books in here now. That is not working either, so I've got the fireplace to sort out, which is easy enough. And those need enabling as well. Okay, so if we actually start, in fact, I activated the Forge portal, didn't I? So this should work. It's not working yet. So let's actually try this, see if I've set this right. Don't think I have. No, that's totally wrong. That's all wrong. I need to go and sort them now. I already knew before I did that that was all wrong. Miscellaneous item. Let's have a look. Craft bed. All these are going to be fine, but the rugs are new, the banners are new, the cupboards are new. Those are all wrong because the craft item isn't changed. Lib cupboards. That one needs to be. Excuse me. Lib banners. This one needs to be rugs. That's corrected, and then these need checking over. So again, banners, cupboards, rugs. Get disabled. Oh, what's that? Rugs. Not sure what happened there. That looked wrong. Hold on. Or not. Get disabled cupboards. Should be cupboards, which it is. And then the bookshelves, are them right? Yep, done them. That's fine. One of them was wrong, which is why the rugs disappeared when I crafted the other stuff. So that was weird. Okay. Let's check a couple of emails. There we go. Stop that from ringing. Now, the fireplace, the only thing wrong with that should be alright. Everything's on but that, then that needs to be activatable. Player activatable and offset it slightly, otherwise it breaks. Then the other thing I want is make that an activator, because you can actually strike at the fireplace and light it that way. Well, I hope you can. It should work. So this needs to be an activator. Fireplace. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Thing. Fireplace. Face. Sod it. Whatever. Doesn't matter as long as it works. Meshes. Nothing on there. Nothing on there. I don't want to activate it. I want to have it hit with fire, so I'm going to confirm that. That's fireplace, and then that one's face. Then I need a script for the fireplace. Autofill, burn time. 8. Fail message. Don't need a fail message. Fire burning. Hold on. I think it's this. Fireplace library. That's interesting. Is that what those link to? Yep. Fire item doesn't matter, item count doesn't matter, and effects doesn't matter at the minute because I don't know what to do with it. Actually, no, I don't need effects because the sound's going to come from whatever you hit it with. That's fine. Save that. Fireplace should work now. You should be able to either click on it and light it up with using firewood, or you should be able to just hit it with a destruction spell. Fire, preferably. And that should work as well, I think. I've set it via keyword to make sure that it has to be fire. Whether it works is another story. Enable, initially enabled, opposite to fire, I imagine that needs to be, so it's not still there. That'll happen automatically. Save that. That should be lightable now. Excuse me. That's cool. Now, is the light linked up as well? Yep. Is it? That wasn't the light, that was the embers. That's the light, that's fine, that's linked. That's good. All this I was going to link to something as well. I think all these are going to be linked to the bookshelf. Although actually I don't know yet. I think what it might be, I'm going to have a load of stuff in the vault and around the tower that you need to unpack and then put places as well. So stuff put into storage rather than things just appearing along with furniture. Which doesn't really make sense. And you don't craft a table and then a load of stuff appears on it. Those should appear with that. Drapes are interesting. I suppose drapes I can now make as well with the tanning rack. So the other thing I had, that's it. Excuse me. So the options are you craft everything yourself, whether that be the carpentry workbench or the tanning rack. And you have the option to have the forge master build everything, and you can also purchase stuff off him. I think I'll do so in terms of the rugs, banners, stuff that go on the tanning rack. If you don't want to craft that, then you can buy off him. That might be how I do it, which is interesting. That should work. So this stuff I need to do as well, but I'll leave it at the minute. So yeah, I'll do some drapes. Now what I'm going to want here is just kind of a mesh for them, like I have with them, like a collection of meshes. I'll probably just do a few. So I'm going to want... Whoops. Got to remember I can't keep using that. I'm going to want whatever mesh I use, which should be in here. No, not in there. CT. Don't know if I have. Probably going to be, I think it's actually pointing at Insanity stuff anyway, so what I'll do... Oh my... It's under blankets, technically, with Insanity stuff, which I think is furniture, common, blankets, folded one. That's it. Good evening in UK. Good evening. Then add my textures on. Oops, I don't need fabric. We'll go with red because red is awesome. Oh, for God's sake. So. What the hell have I done? It's in DF, of course. Getting confused. Fabric 2. That's it. So I'll have one of them. Pile a few on top of each other. 2. There we go. In fact, what I can do, I can probably... That's probably a better thing to do, just put green or something. And then put red. This is just for the craft menu, which you'll see in a minute. So... Oh really? What has happened there? What the hell's happened there? Try that. It's too high. There we go. Think I'm going to pile them all on. Hey meatbag. I love saying hey meatbag. It's awesome, meatbag. Anyway, right. Let's go with meshes. CT. Nope, it's inventory and craft. Misc, drapes, done. Click these off. Go under misc, banner, drapes. One save. You have to excuse any noise in the background. Craft, that's fine. I'll do that in a minute. Otherwise, I don't remember. Drapes, edit. Don't know what to do in there. That's completely the wrong place. Then, whoops. CT. Inventory, craft. Drapes. Looks fine. Create new, yes. Drapes. Select that. No, it doesn't have a thing, of course it doesn't. In fact, these need linking before I forget. Then I've got to enable the top ones of these because the ones on the bottom are not activated like the top ones are, and they are enable reference to the other things. So item to enable I'm actually going to leave, and I'm just going to do it from enables here because it's going to make more sense. Drapes an hour, time to time, and craft item needs to be drapes. There we go. Little cheaper than the rugs, although the price doesn't matter because you're not buying them, but I just put it in anyway so it doesn't look as bad in the craft menu. Okay. Those who are initially disabled can be enabled. Those who are initially disabled can be enabled. That means that that can just be there for the minute. Banners get enabled, and then the banners along the tops. Ooh, the banners along the tops. That's interesting. Of course. I wonder. These are funky, actually. Well, them are city banners now, so. Yes. You know, there's a lot of drapes and banners in the library, but I don't think it's overkill. It's done in such a way it just makes sense. Yeah, we've got city banners, we've got drapes, we've got curtains, we've got main banner. Excuse me, Christ. We've got main banner, and then we've got the banners, just general winterhold style things around the edge. So yeah. So you make them, make the rugs, make the city banners, and those are free anyway. And I'm going to test them in the MCM. These I would like to have. Oh, I've done it again. I'd like to have a mesh for. So maybe I can do this. Inventory craft banner. That's totally wrong. Minus 100. That's not going well. I'd changed this earlier, but now I've decided I'm not going to bother trying to change it. It seems to be just weird anyway how it places it. So 85, save that. That will do for MISC. Then what I'll do is save as city banners and put some together. Which is going to be awkward because that means I actually need the banners. I've done it again. I need the banners themselves. Oh, wait. This is easier than I think it is. Because they work off texture sets, so I can just get it off the texture sets themselves. So, city, banner, naming system's gone wrong. And I'm going to have Dawn Star, Winterhold, and something else. The Markarth one, because why not? So let's actually do that one first, because I do have that somewhere. It is, I believe, Clutter. Nope. It's here somewhere. Oh, damn. Where is it? This will tell me. Flutter banner's generic banner, and then I've obviously made one for this anyway. Markarth, texture Markarth, CT. Ah. Okay. Put it in my own thing. I know why I've done that. So I've got that one, and then this means cancel that. Markarth, that's it. And if I rename that, Markarth, copy, paste. Change that one to, let's see, that one. That's weird. It needs... Oh no! I know what's wrong there. Uh-oh. That's annoying. I deleted an alpha thing. Hopefully that's not very noticeable. Doesn't matter if it is really. It's only a thing anyway. That's to do with the alpha, that is. I don't want the hole showing up, see. It's either have the holes there and get rid of that black mark, or have the black mark at the bottom. And I'd rather have the latter. Mark off. Sorry, winter hold. Move that one over at the back here. There you go. That won't be that bad actually. Save that as city banners. That should be cool. That's fine. Okay. Oh, that's weird. I think I know what's happened there. I can fix that in a moment. So, city banners. Create new version, and these are going to need linking. I am planning on probably changing that one. It's not the right shape. So it should mostly be city banners. Which I realise I've just cocked up because I don't have an X marker for them, so there we go. And what that's going to do is enable that. Wrong one. Library city banners time 1, everything's the same apart from the thing there. There we go. Just change something in a moment. Refresh the channel data, there we go. Okay. So I'm also going to need a constructible item for them drapes because I don't think I made one. What's with the rugs? I knew one of these had 2 that it wasn't supposed to have. Aha. I might need a marker for drapes after all. And the rugs had the double globals, which I don't want. Then the rugs here need to also enable that one marker. So it's what? Not that, sorry, the drapes. Good job I set them up without that main marker actually, that makes sense now. That's just its way of checking if they've been enabled once, if they've been created. It doesn't actually have any link to them. So then, that, no, I just made the city banners, so I'm going to want one for those if I haven't got one already. City banners and city banners. And then get to see if that's enabled. Check that over. City banners, that's fine. And save. So yeah, crafting menu's coming along quite well now, and we'll go in game again shortly and we'll test that that stuff's working. So, oh, something else. That was it. That's gone buggy for some reason. So I need city banners, and this is because one of these is ballsed up. It's basically in the wrong place. And I haven't actually named them. Which I could do with doing. Winter hold, save, city banners, yes, done, sorted. Great stuff. Them should be on the tanning rack now and should work off their own stuff. The other thing that I actually don't think I've shown anyone is I decided to make my own little resource, which I won't make available until sometime after Caranthir Tower's release, but I wanted to show a number of different maps on this wall. I was like, well, I've got the main map, I've got a couple of quest maps. I was like, the one selection of maps I'd like to have shown is the treasure maps. And I'm like, because the treasure maps are just notes that you open up and they've got the drawing on the note. I'm like, that's a bit awkward, how the hell am I going to do that? So I came across the actual PNG images that are linked to the books, because the way books work. You just go to the on here. The way books work is basically they just have a little bit of code which tells it to put an image on there, so it's pointing to a PNG image. So I managed to edit the mesh for a note, which is usually folded, unfold it, and then I just add as a texture set over the top. I've got a blank texture for a blank note, and then I just pasted the PNG over the top, save those as DDSs, and then I have this one blank note in the creation kit, and then put a texture set over the top of each of the treasure map DDSs that I've made for each treasure map. And I've ended up with a static version of the treasure maps. I haven't scripted it yet, but as you can see, I've actually got static versions of each of the treasure maps now. And like I say, I'll make them available as a resource eventually, but for now they're going to be kind of exclusive, if you like, to Caranthir Tower. Although they're easy enough to make, it's not like other people wouldn't know how to do it. But yeah, I've made like the actual static versions of the treasure maps, which is awesome. DF, this is probably a silly question, since I think you remember you saying... Oh, sorry, I can't freaking read that. Let's see. DF, this is probably a silly question, since I think I remember you saying you hate when modders do this, but will you be releasing a beta for this so we can test the new one, or will you just release it when it's finished? If I do, well, I do sort of testing for my mods. I do little betas that I do send out, but I usually send it out to very select people, because obviously I won't want to be sending my complete work before it's actually uploaded to people that I don't necessarily know very well. So I won't be doing a very open beta. It'd be like, I suppose you call it a closed beta. So I'll send it to very specific people, really. who I know will help me test it. This is probably going to be, I suppose, behind closed doors for the testing. But I mean, I'll be running it through over and over and over and over and over and over again myself anyway. But of course, it's always good to have a fresh set of eyes on something that you're testing over and over yourself, because you get into the routine of doing exactly the same thing, and you need to do something random a lot of the time to find a lot of the stuff. Also, a lot of the testing will just come after its release anyway, because people will be like, well, you know, some things are only going to be noticeable by people as they play it after a couple of hours of running through it. So I'm hoping to get this tested by a few people that I do know and trust, and then it'll be released after that, hopefully with as little problems as possible. DF sent you a Twitch PM for after the stream. If you've got any questions or anything like message wise, you're best running through my contact form, because on my website, because it's a lot more organised for me. I don't really bother with personal messages on anything else like Nexus, especially Twitch. I didn't even know you had a PM thing on there. But your display looks to be quite wide. Is that the case? Display? As in my monitor, or? Understandable, and I like that actually. That means you really care about your mod and don't release an unfinished product full of bugs. So, monitor. I have a. It's not really a monitor. It's a TV, because the way where I live at the minute, the way my system's set up, and I've got a secondary monitor which is a shitty old HP thing. I'm basically using that as a just using it as a second monitor for like my Twitch chat and monitoring with OBS and Steam shots and stuff. So the stuff's not showing up on my main screen now. But I use a TV. It's a Samsung. Is it a U? I don't know. It's something 6400. I forget the name. But it's a proper full-on 40-inch television. It's just normal 1080p. It's nothing magical. So, I think we need to go and game test that's working, see that our new craft stuff's happening. I don't think there's much else. The only thing I forgot about and have just remembered, excuse me, is this stuff on the table. This needs linking up. If you're wondering why rugs are overlaying, I've got an idea about my rugs, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead with it yet, so they're just sitting there at the minute as they are. Link this to the things. The marker over here. Tables and chairs. I think I had planned to have that separate. Oh, I thought my Steam got a message. Oh yeah, you'll be hearing my Steam messages and stuff. I can't really help that, because I want the volume on for when I load up the game. I don't get many messages anyway when I'm live streaming. You watch, I'll get loads now. Plants need to be linked up. Plants do need to be linked up. Plants are interesting. The way I've done plants in my other house mods, is obviously I've just purchased them from a shop. But this time I thought I want to really make use of, obviously, your recruits around the place. So what it's going to be, I think I'm going to have a dialogue set up for not only the Forge Master, but for the Alchemist lady. And she's going to, you know, you can ask her to place some plants around. I'll probably do each room individually, so I'll say, like, here's some money for the plants, seeds, whatever you need. and then she can actually get some plants going for you. So maybe you give her the materials or something. I'm not sure. Not sure quite how I'm doing plants yet, but it's the general idea. I want everything to make logical sense this time. I mean, the thing with the old tower is you had a woman in solitude, which is miles and miles and miles and miles and miles away from the bloody tower. You went to her, and then you'd buy a deed, which was for a load of stuff that when you get back to the tower has magically appeared everywhere. And it's like, okay, so some poor bastard has obviously trailed all the way up that freezing cold bloody mountain with a huge fucking cart or something and a backpack full of tools just to set your tower up, is kind of what you'd imagine. So I'm like, well, I don't want to be buying items at the bottom of the mountain that appear in the tower on the top of the bloody mountain. So what I want it to do is everything that you're doing is inside the tower. Everything's being made inside the tower. Everything's being brought off people who have made it inside the tower. So hopefully it makes more logical sense. That makes sense. Or if I just sound crazy, but yeah. What I decided to do, I just want to focus on this. I really want to focus on one room at a time at the minute now and get them fully complete. Message resent through contact form. Yeah, thank you very much. That's much better. It's just easier to manage everything in my email. I have a very organised email, and everything's all nicely placed in there. I can come back to it when I need. I probably won't get that straight away though, because I've just checked it's not come through yet. It can be a bit slow. It can take anything up to an hour for the message to get relayed to me. But it'll be after the stream I respond anyway. So I should have it by then. Yeah, I might as well do some craft items for these as well. Get everything tested in one. These should be their own things. So them, you'd make them with a bit of wood and glass. And those are all their own thing. They're activators, are they? Yes. So they're their own thing. They'll need initially disabling. They're always going to be there, so they can be linked to a marker as well. The X marker, and put it here somewhere with the rest of the junk. The amount of X markers really gives you an idea of how much stuff there is to link together in this mod. I'm just glad we have a batch menu. CT ref X. Claw displays. I suppose that's what I can call them as well. Claw displays, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to test something with that first. I need to select each of them claws. Batch menu. Link that up. Claws enable, bang, have that. Right, now I need a miscellaneous item for them, so I'm going to go with that. Edit, grab that, copy that. That could be a problem. I need to see if that works first, and I'll make a new item for it. CT miss craft and what am I calling these? Claw display, I suppose. Oops. If I could type today. Suppose they are containers, so I can list them under that category. Value. About 125 I'll do. that now. It's okay. Then I want display, claw displays, add, craft, CT system, craft, autofill, time about 2 hours. Got to think making glass case things will be a bit tricky. Craft item is the claw displays. Enables, well, there's only actually one enable. There's the one marker controls them all. Choose that one. Then we need a craft item for them. Lib for library, and then displays, claw displays, where are they? There they are. Claw displays, carpenter's workbench, that one, get disabled, that marker, create new, and whoops, done. Okay, here we go. So I think that's them is sorted. And I think we'll load the game, we'll test a few things out. See what's what. Whoops. Right. Oh, Jesus. You know, that's something I keep on forgetting, which is not good. Ah, my eyes! Not good. Let's just go here and make my way. When you haven't got a COC marker in the cell, which I can't fathom why I haven't, it will go to the last placed item. So the last placed item, which must have been very close to the void. The reason that went white instead of grey is because the EMB does something funky to the void. Where's that then? The library. This portal should be linked to that already anyway. Oh, there's something I haven't showed people. I don't think I have anyway. Oh, this will be fun. I have something to show everybody. Right, now that's all the rugs that are just a mess, but you can ignore that for the minute. There should be nothing there, nothing on there, that's all for a minute. There's nothing on here, nothing activatable, none of that activatable. Fireplace, that needs to be lightable. 2 firewood required. Firewood. Player.add item. 006. I used to add this in via console a hell of a lot during Merciful Estate. I'm surprised I've forgotten that. Oh dear. Won't work. I haven't replaced the activator, plus I can see that's lifted slightly up. But that bit's worked. It's just the flames thing won't. But ideally you'll do that and the flames will hit the bottom piece anyway, and then that'll activate it to light the fire. 8 hours should pass and that should go out. So, yep, that's cool. Right, plants can be disabled for the moment. This is the treasure map things that I was on about. Now, obviously you can see that there's no banner up there, but if the MCM is now working, which I hope it is, we've got features for turning things on and off. Like I said, you can check my previous stream out if you want to watch 3 hours of making this. But I am hoping on doing a tutorial series soon. I might start it in the week. Auto loot crafting, activated, deactivated. You can turn things on and off here. Let's try immersive storage. That should be working on some containers in here. MCM, that won't work yet, so I'll leave it. Realistic construction, going to need to leave that on, or we're not going to see anything in the craft menu for the minute. Tower design, banners, that's because the tower is technically not revealed. I can test that by setting the global to 1, or I could just run through at the start of the mod for the 800th time. Blah. Never mind. Right. There's some other stuff. Right, we need to craft stuff basically. I'm going to make my way to the forge, and there's that thing I want to show you. Winter hold. Should we get a winter hold? Where should I go? Doesn't really matter where I go, to be honest. But if I put help portal, and that's it. Okay, this was a pain in the arse, but I've kind of got it working. It's not brilliant. It's not to the extent that placing items with some other mods are sort of a setup. It's not as good, but I'll show you that in a moment. Tanning rack. We have city banners on there. We've got our main banners for our library. We've got our drapes set up there, and we've got our rugs. That's perfect. So if we put our rugs out, put our drapes out, our city banners out, and our library banners. Obviously there's no requirement to craft at the minute because I don't want to set that up while I'm testing. That'll probably come near the end. All that. Then we can make stuff over here. Claws, yep, I thought they were the wrong way. They're going to need sorting, but I should be able to make them. Claw displays, library cupboards. Make me place down dorms, beds, not going to do any of that. Library table and chair, let's do that. Then we've got what else? Shelves, library bookshelves. Then misc. That's it apparently. That's interesting. And that is it. So if we head back to the library, and then I'll show you that portal I've added. Yes, I've added a portal to my inventory. Very cool. What? Yeah, library. That's it. I need to activate the library portal for it to be available in the menus at least once. That's it. Okay, so this is starting to look like a library now. A very big library, but a library anyway. Very cool. And then there are my rugs, which I haven't even tested yet. I've got the table to enable that I'd forgot about. Now obviously them rugs are covered up by other rugs at the minute, which needs sorting out, but I can change them, you'll see that at least. Oh crap. It's not working for some reason. Maybe I haven't actually made them all yet. I don't think I've linked the actual rugs to the markers yet. But that should work anyway. The drapes will work, I think, because I know I've done them. There we go, them work. Can't test the banners yet. Displays are available. The bookshelves should be fine now. You can see there's a few books on there by standard, and then you'll fill all the other bookshelves. So all these are bookshelves. Madness. And then cupboards are there too. Wonderful. That's looking awesome. City banners are up too. That's cool. And the thing I'm going to show you, the best thing to do here, we need to explore the mage quarters. Apex. Let's just activate the place. Let's get things going. Right. Here we go. A lot of things not linked in the alchemy lab. That's the place I've got to do as well. So I'll head off to sleep. Have fun. You too. Thanks for joining. And then we will activate that. And the most important one I need to do. I've made a different colour portal. A friend of mine gave me the idea somehow. I decided to make the... Is the stream over? No. Stream's not over. Stream's carrying on. It's just somebody's gone to bed. So, friend of mine gave me the idea of orange for some reason for a portal. It's the whole idea of portal the game like blue and orange, and I thought that'd be quite fun if I actually make this main portal orange and it'll stand out from the others. Orange. Link that one. I actually know how to change the colours and stuff, so that's awesome. Oh, that's funky. That's weird. Anyway, that shouldn't bloody be happening. That's the EMB. Hold on a minute. Yeah, that's actually fine. This EMB is weird. Hello. This portal is the main one because it allows you to go places. Now, at the minute we've got Markarth, Riften, Solitude, Whiterun, Windhelm, Winterhold, so the main holds really. Now, I have created a portal that you can take with you. Now, at the minute it just works straight away, but I am planning on having some sort of penalty for using it. Well, not so much penalty, but a requirement so that you can't abuse it. But if we head to... Okay, she's going to be the stupidest place that we can probably go, but... Let's just say that I love Dragon's Reach that much that I want to be able to transport between Dragon's Reach and Caranthir Tower. Instantaneously. I haven't set it up in the mod yet to actually get this properly, and I'm not sure whether to make this orange yet. Have I made it orange? I don't know. But you can take a portal with you, basically. Now, all you've got to do is find some nice flat ground to put this. So I'm going to find a nice area.
You should be talking to my
I'm going to find a nice area to put this.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss
Let's
the
just...
ongoing
Oh, God. There's nowhere nice to put it. There's no room. Let's go up here.
Hey, watch it.
I'm being very
I
picky.
don't wanna be patient. I want it just right now.
Let's go with right here.
All you ever do is
So,
complain about what
you can take a portal
You're
with you.
spoiled
And this portal
I'm going to
is now linked to Caranthir Tower. So when you activate it, you've obviously got a couple of options. I was originally going to let this take you to anywhere in the tower, but I was like, well, one, the menu's going to be stupidly long, and two, it's not needed. Just take you back to the tower. So you can either pick the portal back up,
he'll tan your hide for sure.
which is fine, or you can actually use it to teleport. So, return to CT. And this will link to that main portal that I showed you in the mage quarters. And now if I activate this, I've now got an ambulatory, which is the portal that we've just placed. So you can go back to Dragon's Reach. Wherever you've placed it. And I can just take that with me. Now, obviously, you could abuse this. You can keep this portal on you, so you can always beam back to the tower, right? And you can just dump it down somewhere, transport there, and then get straight back somewhere if you just want to dump stuff off at home. Which for many people, they'll be like, that's cool, that's really awesome. Some people will then be like, well, that can be a bit of a cheat to just drop things right back off at home. So I'm going to have to put some sort of restriction onto using this. Something that just make sure that you can't abuse it really. it's gonna need charging or something after so many goes, something like that maybe. Make it a bit smaller. Well, no, they're all the same size. They're all 0.39 from the original size. I'm quite happy with the size, but I know what you mean, like a very smaller version. I need to have it make some sort of sense how you're actually taking that with you, but it's magic, isn't it? But yeah, you could just take that with you and then go wherever you want. That might make sense, making it a bit smaller.
Another one.
The way it actually works, it's weird. The misc item that's going in your inventory isn't that thing at all. That's just the trigger to move something from one cell to another. So if you want to know where it's actually gone now, it's in a test cell. Because obviously I need to place the same marker that's got a permanent link to it. Put the marker with it. Hello. What the fuck? Just ignore them. They're planters. This is the same portal that you've just placed down. So basically, you activate this, you can take that with you. Funnily enough, it's already in there. It's weird. You shouldn't be doing that in the cell because now I've got 2 of them. But if I move over here, what is these? Oh,
what do you need?
This is weird. Place one down.
What do you need?
A lot of naked men. It is a lot of naked men. That's fucked. That needs fixing. But yeah, basically that's that same portal over there.
Yes.
And then when you take it with you, it's actually just being put back in this cell.
Good afternoon.
And there's an X marker with this that gets moved as well, which is how he knows to link back to it. Very weird. Very funky, but it kind of works.
Yes.
Now, obviously, like I say, it needs to be on flat ground. If you're on like uneven terrain, it doesn't do a brilliant job of
Good afternoon.
dropping it down, but it'll do.
Yes.
So yeah, that's just like the test cell. That's a lot of naked men. They need containing. I need to lock them in a cell or something in there. I need to give them some bloody clothes. That's what I had to do. I mean, it shouldn't affect the way it works. Cool, anyway, this is kind of coming together quite nice. These should still work. Yep. Restoration's gone up a bit. Not a lot though. That's a point actually. That might need changing a bit. But yeah, this is coming along slowly but surely. So I need to link those rugs and fix a couple of other things. Naked men in the cell sounds kinky. That's why I said I'm going to put clothes on them. I don't want naked men running around my mod. Right. Utility. Let's nav mesh this a little. That's where they're supposed to be. They're meant to stand there and just don't move. Planter NPC, this is weird. I've got this script on them. I'm probably best leaving them as they are. I don't really want to risk breaking it. But we have dividers I can use. Lock them up. Don't want them going anywhere. Yeah, I thought it was going to be the wrong one. Sorted. Then I'll have to nav mesh it, otherwise they'll escape. There's actually something you can do. You can link them in some way. I just forget how it's done. You link them to the door or something so that they know that they're imprisoned behind it. Kind of weird, but I don't have a door, so they shouldn't escape that now. What am I doing? I am locking naked NPCs up behind some bars. What I'm actually meant to be doing is modding my new tower mod. In fact, I've just got to check something. I think this needs updating. Yep, it does. Bit misleading the name of the stream. Okay, that's fixed. That's just the utility cell there. I need to do that mesh then, don't I? So I want meshes. Oh, I think I know where it is. It's empty display thing, clutter. No, I don't know where it is. Okay, so floor display, clutter display. Makes sense. Oh, that doesn't need spin around. That needs spinning around. It's facing the wrong way. There we go. That'll probably do it. That's all it needs to be. Claw display. Right. It's that and it's that. That's better. So that's sorted. Poor naked men can't get some clothes. Nah, I don't want to risk tweaking there. I wonder how many people would show up if the title of the stream was something like Naked Men Locked Up. I dread to think. So yeah, I need to change the colour of that portal, don't I think? I figure out I've done it. Needs to be that but tweaked, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, I'm going to make it orange, and I think I'm going to take advice and make it slightly smaller. So. See how that is. That's probably a lot better. Probably makes sense. Ambulatory portal. And I want the... Is it furniture now? No. Activators. Orange. that needs to go under inventory miscellaneous. That one. And that should make that orange then, to link the main portal. Did you finish up the MCM? It's not finished. It's got more options to go in. But in terms of the foundation of it, then yeah, it's pretty much there. I've got some other stuff to do. I've got to do sort of highlight stuff, what you call them, like tooltips and such, and the default things. Other than that, it's coming along. That'll have to come along slowly as the mod progresses. I'll have to add to it. Library. What have we got? It's them tweaked. Now the rugs. Am I right in saying yes? I didn't even link them up. That one, and that one. So this is why the rugs weren't working. The actual system should be working perfect, but the rugs aren't linked up to the actual markers. Rules library blue, okay. Control and D, Control and F. Black. Link them. Control and D, Control and F. I wasn't here before. What are some of the things you'll be able to tweak in MCM? Anything that would have been set as menu options the old-fashioned way, really. You can do a lot more with MCM. In MCM for this mod specifically, you'll be doing you'll be turning features on and off, like auto, I suppose, the auto sort, dynamic NPCs, dynamic interiors, realistic construction, making the construction a lot more challenging. You'll be able to turn things on and off. In terms, that'll be the features page. The design page, I want to change just a few things, like the making the tower have snow on it or not. So if you want it nice, clean, no snow on, or if you want the tower outside to be covered in snow, you can change that. Because people might have weather mods on which change the region to be all snow or all forest or whatever, you know, all sort of nice and sunny with no snow everywhere for them mods, like the season mods. So you can take the snow off the tower. That I've got to set up. The design page needs to have a few other things. It needs to have a fair amount of options. It'll do the banners, so who you kind of want to show that you follow. And I did have plans for like changing the lift type from mechanical to magical, but I'm not sure if that's going to take too much effort or not. I'm not sure how easily I could do that if I have the will. It'd be like having an old-fashioned Caranthir tower, then if you could change them out for the old mechanical lifts, it'd make things interesting. So you can have it old style. That'd be awesome if I can do that. In fact, just to show some of the MCM in this video, I suppose I could get linked up the tower thing now. That'd be interesting. The other thing I've just got to change here is the fireplace. Swap that out for a different type of item, which is CT activator fireplace face. There we go. And it was risen up slightly, which it shouldn't be. Whoops, there we go. Should fix that. So that's too high, no, it's fine. Right then. Here's another thing I was thinking of. I've got these snow globes, so I could technically place a snow globe hidden in the library somewhere. I don't know which one or where I'd put it, but doesn't make a lot of sense though. I'll leave that for now. The table needed enabling with the drapes as well, didn't it? So I just need to find my drapes misc item and add that table as a link. Yeah, that's fine. I was going to have the table as part of the tables and chairs, and then put a restriction to making the drapes and doing the table and chairs, but it make it a bit more confusing and annoying, so I'll just leave it. We got those can be scripted after. I'm not in the mood for scripting them. Then those I've got to fix because they're screwed up slightly, and then all them are working. Rugs should all now be linked together. We should have different colours of rugs. Essentially all that does is have one like that. Yeah, design. One of the other design options was going to be the thing that's to do with these rugs, but I don't know how I'm doing it. The rugs are basically, do you just want standard rugs or colourful rugs? Because not everyone's going to want bright colourful rugs placed around the place. Might be a bit too much colour. But I don't know whether to limit that to just the library or do that throughout the tower. Could be a bit of a pain. This is where it comes back to the MCM, thinking how I'd set it up, whether I'd want to do each room and selections for each room for the design. So design options for each room. I could do that. Where's that gone? I had something open earlier. Just got all the plans on here. Construction plans, and library is the one I'm really focusing on at the minute. So I've got craft table, what you do on the carpenter's workbench. That's tables and chairs, bookshelves and cupboards, and the tanning rack covers, the rugs, the banners, the drapes. I also need to add city banners onto that list, so I'm aware of that. 1 hour. That's a fair amount for the library. That's good. So the way this will work is you either craft everything individually yourself, or you go to your forge master after you've recruited him and you pay him a certain amount of money, give him a certain amount of time, and so in this case, say the library, after 10 hours he'll have completely refurbished the library. But you can't tell him to just do everything and then bugger off for 3 days. You've got to give him time for each task. You can only give him a task at a time. Say, I want the library doing, come back in 10 hours, it will all be done. Then you can go back to him and say, right, could you do like the dorms and such? But then there's probably going to be requirements for him to do each of these things. So yeah, in a way it gives you the option to make everything yourself or pretty much purchase everything for the tower. Because not every character out there is really based around smithing and has the skills. But if somebody doesn't have a character that's excellent at smithing but wants to craft everything, that's where the realistic construction comes in, where you can turn realistic construction off and it just makes things a little easier and removes the level requirements. Because there'll be level requirements in terms of smithing skill with realistic construction turned on how to make things. So say you'll need a skill of 50 to create some really nice display cases, because you need to be a really good craftsman. But if you want to craft stuff but you're not at level 50 and you just want to craft everything, then you turn realistic construction off and it'll lower the amount of materials needed and you won't have to have level 50 smithing. So that's the idea with the realistic construction and such. And then that's where your features comes in on your MCM. That's what MCM does. Turn them on and off. Really nice. So the forge is an awkward one. Forge I've got to do. Okay, so that's construction plans. I need Construction plans. Let's go with the library first because I've got that made. The library's very cheap. Oh, I wouldn't go off that right now. It's just a general idea. I had no idea how much stuff I was putting in the library, and I typed that up, so I'll change it all. The library's got to be worth a lot more. You're right. This is like. The library should be quite dear, actually. To be honest, there's a hell of a lot in it. Library design plans. Here we go. Email. That might be that message sent earlier on. Check that. Yep, new contact form. Holy moly! Yep, definitely need to read that after the stream. Jesus, thought I could write. Library. I'm back. Sorry I couldn't watch from the beginning. Have I missed a lot? You missed the portable portal that you did the collision for. But I can show that again anyway, because I've changed it. We've had to make it smaller because somebody told me it's too big. And I've changed the colour. Library. Caranthir Tower Reborn design plans. What are we doing? We are planning the design. We are going to decide what kind of things we can change. So I'm thinking the rugs, and you have the option of just... Blah. I don't know, custom. Or you have either custom rugs or just general rugs kind of thing. I'll change it from general. So we want to change the rugs. Anything else in here that we want to change? Maybe we could swap the floor out for something else. You missed a lot of naked men. Oh god, yeah, make it, yeah. Pretty much, you missed a lot of naked men. We've locked naked men behind a We've locked naked men up behind some prison bars because they're wandering around. Maybe we could change the floor. Portable portal is catching on. I'm not calling it portable portal because it just sounds ridiculous. So I thought I'd try and be clever, and I went on Thesaurus and I tried to find other words that were very close to meaning the same thing, and it couldn't say mobile. I'm like, I'm not going to call it mobile portal because that's just not very medievally. So then we've got this other name, ambulatory, which essentially means mobile. It also has something to do with walking, but apparently the definition is also to do with something that moves from place to place, so that worked, and it sounds very cool. But just to have to try and keep saying that complicated word, I'll just say portable. But I'm not calling it that. Yeah, so that's rug design. Flooring, I suppose we can have a few options for flooring. So we could have, because I did actually have the ability to change the flooring types. Didn't want to miss that. Take it with collision works then. Oh yeah, portal's perfect. We'll see that shortly. I did have the option to change all the flooring before. I did do that. You could have like different marble floors and stuff. So to bring that back would be nice. Just not as much. So maybe wooden flooring like we've got now, or we could have some marble, or we could just have stone, which is freaking awful. Sounds like I have to catch up on YouTube then. So yeah, we could change flooring, we could change the rug styles, we could change anything else. The other thing. Yeah. City banners. What I was going to do with the city banners was have it so that banners only appeared around here, started appearing when you'd visited certain places. But it's going to be a bit of a pain. It's going to be a bit more heavy crap for it to check on the main cell checking script, which already does too much. So I'm scrapping that idea, but that was what I was going to do. I was going to have it so there's no banners on there, but then as soon as you walk in, it's like, okay, have you been to Solitude? Yes, you've been to Solitude. Solitude banner up here. Have you been to Riften? No, you haven't, so I'm not going to show the Riften banner. But it's a bit awkward. Plus, I made a crafting system for it now, so. We need other things. Just about three things. Three things for each room would be nice that you can just change. So, like I said, the lift system, being able to put it to sort of the old style of mechanical lift system, or have it like the brand new Meiji magical lifts would be nice. So that'd be a general change, actually. You know what? Sod it. It might be a bit of a pain in the arse, but this whole mod's a pain in the arse. So we've got general. I need to do something different anyway to keep it interesting. General is lift style. I actually have an old list I could check up on and see what kind of stuff I put down, which is this one. Design, change number of visual aspects of the tower. So the other general design one would have been the changing of the snow. Tower snow, whether you want that on or off. Let's sort that now while we're still thinking of other things. I wish I wouldn't press that. So we need to go to interiors and exterior. Obviously that's going to need limiting. There's quite a lot to think of and remember here. So CT, balcony, entrance. Let's just go to balcony. That should get us where we need to go. Zoom out. So as you can see, yeah, the tower's covered in snow to begin with. I'm just going to edit that. CT structure, exterior tower, main structure, SN. That's what that needs to be renamed to. So by default it's going to be snow. And what I'm going to do is smack an X marker on the top, which is going to be the snow thing. Just going to be very careful editing up here. Snow. I am cocking this up now. Disable. That means the tower rising thing's gonna have to. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, I just have to make this more annoying, don't I? I have to keep adding awesome shit, and every time I add awesome shit, it gets more and more fucking complicated and long-winded. Because now all this snow is wrong. All this snow couldn't be there, could it? So that's all technically part of it. These... Oh, thank fuck for that. Them are part of it. So the only thing that isn't part of it is this and the posts. So this is interesting. That means that... tower marker for the snow, and that's linked to that. So let's hide that. That's that part. What the balls? Snow blowing, technically that would be having to be part of it. Snow. These would be part of tower snow, because you'd want the posts without the snow on them. Meaning I need to duplicate them, replace them with something of the same thing, otherwise every time I go to replace this, menus are going to get stuck. Oh, crabs. That's weird. Snowy ones. They weren't covered in snow to begin with. Okay. Oh, just thinking of something that's not good. link that. I'm going to have to change that. Enable and disable so anything opposite. I have a question to ask you, Dog Fox. We'll ask after the stream now. It's about something beyond Skyrim developers I'm working with. That you're a CK genius. Oh god, I'm not a CK genius. No way. I'm going to leave them without snow either way. That's just going to make things easier. That sorts that automatically. Now this needs adding to something else. It's now disabled. So what starts that? The book does this. CT Ascension Rise. Yes. This oh my god, who wrote this confusing sack of shit? This is all wrong. There we go. Oh no, no, this isn't even in alphabetical order, this isn't good. The object references can stay at the top, they're fine. Global sound spell. I've got a new layout for my scripts, so now when I look at old scripts it's going to piss me off. That's better. Then I'm going to want excuse me. Jesus. Just have a sneeze warning button. Set scale. That was a I've changed the name of something, haven't I? Static. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna need two versions of this now then. So what's the reference for this? Is Caranthir Tower static? And then I'll make duplicate. And I'll put NS for no snow. Edit it. Remove that. Take the snow off. Create new form. Okay. Yes. And that one will then be enabled. Dang it. I left a can of Coke in the freezer for too long. Now it's a can of ice. Ah. Oh dear. Right. Let's play with the MCM menu, which is a completely stupid term because it's mod configuration menu then. Mod configuration menu system. I should call it the MCM system. Oh my god. Right. it's an option I'm turning on and off, so it's going to need to go in design as an integer. I tower essence, no. String I don't need. Values, excuse me, I need a value for it's a string with the banners, which means that this needs to have design down by 2 across. It needs to have a bool which is val. Oh, Jesus. Tower SN. By default, it's going to be true. Can I please type? Right. Index is to do with lists, so it doesn't need to be there. Properties, I'm going to need to add it on. That's for all the banners. Now I'm going to need another object reference. Property. Which is this new one. Need that one. We're going to need that one. And we're going to need one with no snow. Jesus, this is bollocks. Have we seen Frank at all? No, we haven't seen Frank yet. We can go and visit Frank later on if you remind me. Because I've re-enabled Frank. You know what? That's a nice idea. Set his short name as Frank. Where is he? You know what? I should set his ID as Frank. That would be awesome. Where is he? Dragon Ebony Champion. He's not just an Ebony Champion. He's Frank. That would be an inside joke, so anyone who's watched the streams and followed it will know him as Frank. But technically, in-game, it comes up as just he's the Ebony Champion, but we know he's Frank, so... no new form. There we go. CT actor Frank, and then short name Frank, so if he's ever involved with a quest, you'll know his real name. Ebony Champion is what I'll actually call that. I could put an egg because I'm planning on having some different eggs in the mod as well, and I could have an egg where you find something that reveals his true name, just a nice bit of fun or something. Frank, just good old Frank. Okay, so I've got the normal tower, the tower with snow on it, and then I've got the marker for all the snow. On config, it sorts the menus. On initialize, it does the menu options. Then on page reset, it does the string shows menu option. All that there is just so you can change the picture that shows up on the menu. All that, just that bit there. All these else, if that's fucking ridiculous. Features, what shows on features? Features is a bit different. Features, tower design, down to tower design. Is that an option on or off? This is essentially going to be the same as toggling something else off. Hold on. There's something missing on tower design. What's missing is that, which sets it from top to bottom. That might need to change. If this is going to be a page full of design options, that's going to have to change. But for now, just so it works, I can deal with organising that later. I'm just going to put them all down in one row, but I'll have to organise it when it's actually finished, because otherwise I'm going to be mucking about with it too much. Put that there. Top to bottom for now, but it will probably have to change. Int revealed flag. That's very important that I have that flag on there. This needs to just be the auto sort thing, but then change it for whatever else. We're also going to need a global variable for this. Or am I? If No, I don't need a global variable for that's pointless. This has one thing in design already, which is banners. Crap. That's a general option. Banners. That's fine. We'll just put that in there. This is going to be Tower Snow, but instead of getting if a value is done, not available. Get global risen. If global risen is naught, then it's not available. Is it risen? Yeah. If global variable risen is blah blah blah, reveal flag option none, then it's not IBAN. This gets a bit. Oh bollocks! I've changed the wrong thing. Or have I? Oh shh. Let's copy that because that's essentially what I need. Okay, if it's one, it's available, then reveal flag, and then instead of IBAN, change it to something else. So instead of IBAN, it would be like the auto sort. So if it's not available, so what I want is available. So that switched out for that, and then change it to val tower and the SN, and then instead of auto sort, it's going to be called tower snow, and then it's going to be I'm going to change that. I tower SN, and then not available is going to be reveal flag disabled. So not available needs to be the same as what this would be. So you're just adding an option in, and that's going to be tower snow with I tower SN, and it's not the auto sort flag, it is the revealed flag, reveal flag, non flag there, and that should add that into the menu. So yeah, then there was something else I thought of, but I'll leave it for the minute. What was it? Banners. Generally, banners. Tower snow. Ah, yeah. I need to put a header on. I don't remember what the code is, so the easiest thing to do is go to an older mod, which would be Mershgum, complete mods, Mershgum, mod files, 1.3 loose, script source, quest. This is the MCM for Mershgum. And what I want to do is add a header option. Yeah, for those that haven't seen, this is the MCM for Mershgum. That's kind of what I'm looking at doing for Caranthir Tower, but probably double the size in the end. And that is just over 1,000 lines and 31,000 plus characters. MCM's fun. So what I want to do is add a header, which is going to say general file. General. So it's like general options, and that is just to show it on the menu. Then we need to go further down and find the bit where it actually changes it. That's fine, that needs doing. Then you've got what happens when you select toggle menu options. So we've got features, what happens when you select them. Then we need to go down and add one to thingy. Where is it now? Oh my god. This probably would have been better loading in Notepad++. So that's that, and end if. Else if, and we want to get the page is, else if current page is tower design, and if the option is, oh bloody hell, if the option is so and so. Dark Fox, just out of interest, are you good with scripts that extend active magic effect, like for making custom spells? It's practically the same. That's really the change that you make. Active magic effects extending, you just have to do the relevant events, which are things like on magic event start, or magic effect start, and on magic effect finish, and then you put what you want. And then you've got if that, else if that, and if. So instead of else if option, else if, else if, there we go, option equals that. So the first option is the banner, but we don't have banners, and the else if option doesn't actually need to exist yet because I don't have anything else, although I will do. And now this is because I'm scripting. I sound like a fucking crazy man. And if we've actually got anyone still watching that hasn't fallen asleep, they're probably thinking this guy's mad. Right, auto loot crafting becomes Tower Snow, which is Tower SN. Confused yet? And then we need to copy that because that's kind of what we're doing. And just change the values to what we're now using. Oh, balls. Tower Snow. Bell toggle value for Snow Tower Snow. If we're not checking global variable is naught, so if naught, put 1 and then 1. To have activated. If is 1, so if CT blah 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 blah. What is it? That one. So if the no snow is active, add the snow. Want them the other way around, otherwise the tower's going to disappear for a moment. Probably going to want a utility dot wait for a split moment as well. So 0.5 seconds should do. So you're going to wait a second. Bang, bang, bang. So, that's there. Understood. You want time screens activated and no snow added. So if there's no snow, you want to add the snow. So you want to disable no. You want to add the snow and then disable the no snow. And then you want to put something along the lines of snow added to tower. And then for this, you're probably going to want snow removed from tower. And all it is this, but the other way around. There we go. That adds that. Then you've got the options for the menus and everything there. And then we've got things we haven't set up yet, which is the default options and the highlight options. Right, whoa. Check the chat. It's good I'm having serious issues with the spell that I've made, but the person on my team, I was told a message for some help, didn't respond. That's a good team. Hang on, isn't Caranthir Tower in a snowy region, so how could you beat a no snow version? Increase somebody's using a mod like make Skyrim Tropical Paradise. Yeah, that's it basically. It's just whether you want the snow on. Maybe you don't like the look of it with the snow on because the snow looks shit on the game. And yeah, number of different reasons. It's there if you need the option. Highlight. Tips for the menu. This I'm reluctant to do until the end, and it doesn't serve any purpose for me anyway because I know what all the options do. So that'll fail. Loot doesn't match. CT Ref Caranthir Tower, whatever that says. Unknown user flag on 82. The classic case of typing so quick I've spelt property wrong. Oh, look at that there. Look at that for scripting. That's insane. That means there wasn't anything actually properly wrong with it. Autofill 3 properties done, sorted, great stuff. Dang, dang. There we go, it should show on the menu so we can test that out. Then, what else was it we wanted to mess around with? So we've got to do test the rugs, show SimSim the portal thing, and make sure the MCM system's working and doing the tower initialization thing, and we can only change the... what can't we change? Because the tower's not risen up, needs to be risen to change something. The banners. So we need to actually go to the start of the mod, run through it, and we also have to visit Frank. Right. Let's do that. Let's see what's working. What bloody well isn't. I'm out of drink. It is not a good day. So let's give this a real good run through. If we can. There's that bloody Cybercat again. Oh, I need to do load screens for Caranthir Tower as well. Oh, wonderful. Just when you think you're getting close to a lot of stuff done, there's more stuff to do. That looks weird. Is that smoke? Oh, sweet bags. Anyway, okay. Here we go, we've got a test character, pick up the thingamajingle. There we go. Get Benny here. There we go. I am really going to have to change this up just before the mod's release, because if anyone's been watching the streams, they're going to know exactly how this is all done. I was originally not going to show anyone the Tower Rising, but it was so good, I couldn't keep it to my bloody self. And I figured the ratio of people downloading it to people that have watched my streams is that low that most people won't have seen it. Oh, I am going to need to be in God mode. I'm invincible like you now, bitch. Right. Let's grab the weapon that we're going to need to beat this guy's ass. Oh, really? Oh, really? Yeah. Why do I keep crouching? I keep... Get back here, you slug. For God's sake. He knows I can beat him now. Should have used that. That burn. Okay, so we need the book. Suppose the body. Read said book. So we can learn the spell we need. That's fine. Ebony Priest looks great. Only okay. Quick question: you know when you got Skyrim data meshes and all the meshes for the game shows up and mine don't? There's no problem with my game. Right, no problem. There's no problem. Sorry, data meshes are all the meshes for the game shows up. Yeah, yeah, they're all packed. I extract everything with BSA opt and gain access to them all. I've got them all shoved out the way somewhere if I need to edit any. So that's the tower. That should have snow on it, which it does have, and it's got all the snow here. So that's enabled that as it should by default. Right. Okay. So now what should happen is, because the tower's risen, our menu should have the option. Features there, tower design, banners are now available. I can change those. So I've got all the list of banners that I want. I'm going to go with Telvarni. Banners changed. Tower snow by default is on, so if I untick that, it didn't come up saying anything, so that's weird. Cock something up there. I bet that hasn't changed. Oh, so it has actually changed. It's changed. It's got rid of the snow, so now we've got a snowless version. So you can actually see a bit more certain bits of the tower, which is nice. So that did work. That's funky. The menu's just not shown for some reason, so I'll have to look at that. Did that change, or am I losing my marbles? Yeah, it did change. Right. I mean, you don't need to extract them, only even if you want to use them for modding. I would not recommend extracting all of the meshes and textures and everything else from the game into your actual data folder, because then it's going to be loading up all of it loose, and you don't want that. So when I'm accessing like the game meshes and such, you'll notice I've got it shoved somewhere else, like I say, which is like a BSA op default folder output thing. That's where you want to keep them. There's a few meshes and textures, like resources mainly, that are loose in my actual data folder, and some of the Dwemer stuff. But yeah, you don't want to be unpacking everything into the data folder. That's essentially just making the entire game loose, and that's not good. So just be aware of that. Snow, we have to check the balcony, don't we? What is crouching addiction? Okay, that's cool. Snow version is... bollocks. Oh, I forgot to add the snow changing thing. So it's actually going to do the snow marker. That's fine. So I got the snow marker to do in the message. I'm actually going to get a drink and